What is up? Welcome to Every Single Guitars, where the goal of this channel is to review every single guitar ever made. Today, got a Gibson guitar to review. This is actually a guitar that I don't really play that much, mainly because I haven't really bought many of this model, but I have played a handful of it. I'd say maybe 3 or 4 in my lifetime, and by play I mean own. You know, when I play at guitar stores, I don't really count that as playing, you know, because if you play a guitar for like 10 minutes, you can't really truly judge what a guitar is like. But today I have a 2003 Gibson SG Platinum model. This guitar is all original, no modifications done. Hiccups are original, the pick guard is original, the bridge and the saddle is original, the tuners are original, but everything on this guitar is a silver platinum-ish style design, which I think is very, very interesting and unique for a Gibson. So I bought this off the original owner. He said that he's played with it a lot, but even though he's played with it a lot, I don't really see that much wear. The term a lot may be subjective depending on the individual, but I really don't see that much wear on this guitar. When I first got this guitar, it reminded me of the Gibson Les Paul Gothic Morte or Morty that I reviewed in the past. The Gothic Mort also had this kind of design, but it was in completely black. Same with having no inlays on the fretboard, which I actually like a lot. I think it gives it a very clean look to a guitar, especially a Gibson. You know, Gibsons are known for their elaborate inlay designs, which I do like as well. I really like the Gibson Les Paul custom inlays, the block inlays, but this has a no inlay design similar to the Gothic Mort and also to Buckethead's signature Gibson Les Paul, but that one is white and that also has no inlays as well. I also like how they match the body color with the headstock color. I've owned a couple of guitars with matching headstocks. This one, Gibson Firebird, that technically has a matching headstock. My 1981 Fender all walnut D-Strat also has a matching headstock. When I first started playing guitar, I honestly really did not like the matching headstock. I just thought that it was kind of, you know, tacky. But dude, after owning, you know, a couple matching headstocks and, you know, the fact that one of my main guitars has a matching headstock, I've really grown accustomed to it, and I actually really like matching headstocks if they're done well. So in terms of weight, I'd say that this is a medium level weight for a Gibson. It's not really, really light, but it's not really, really heavy as well. I say for weight, maybe like 7.5 pounds. It has a good weight to it. I prefer guitars with a good weight to it because for me, you know, since I play a lot sitting down, and if I play a guitar that has a certain weight, dude, it just feels like you're playing a quality instrument, you know? I just like having a certain weight on my lap. It just feels good for me personally. You know, some people prefer having really light guitars, 5 pounds or 6 pounds. For an electric, I mean, that's not really my style. You know, if the guitar sounds good, you know, I don't really care, but, you know, if I had the option to choose a certain style of guitar, I prefer guitars with a little bit heavier weight. So this comes with Grover tuners. Since it fits the theme, the Grover tuners are also metallic, silverish color. I think that makes it a really nice blend with the entire guitar. The back is completely one color, silver platinum-ish color, as well as this this cover where all the electronics are at. Overall, I feel like this guitar is very clean, very nice looking Gibson SG. To me, it comes to the point where everyone has the same, you know, Les Paul, everyone has an SG, it all looks the same, you know? If you're interested in an SG, but you kind of want a unique SG, a unique Gibson SG that a lot of people don't have, I feel like these types of guitars are the ones that you should look for. Because even though it's an SG, there are some pretty big differences, like the no inlay. I feel like that's huge in terms of design. It just gives it a very unique twist to a traditional SG, but everything else is standard SG. The design is the standard SG. Thickness is the standard SG, very slim. You know, when I put it on my lap, there's more weight on the neck, so it falls down just like a SG. You know, apart from the aesthetics and how it looks visually, this is a standard SG basically. Another cool thing about this guitar is the length. So this guitar has 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22 frets, which I believe the original is 21. If I'm not mistaken, but still the neck just feels a lot longer than a standard guitar, than a standard, you know, let's say a Stratocaster, you know. And since it's very long, or it's longer, and there's a lot of room right here, it's easy, you know, for the player to play on the lower register but also on the top. So if you're like a shredder, like a rock style guitarist who likes to go up and down the fretboard, this is an excellent guitar for those types of players. And I feel like SGs are more geared towards, you know, rock, distortion and gain, kind of like AC/DC, Angus Young. That dude uses an SG. But there are, you know, different genres where, you know, people play the blues with SG. You know, even though the SG is kind of marketed towards rock, I feel like overall it's a very versatile guitar. You know, I mainly play clean channels, and I played clean channel with this as well, and it sounded very, very good. But if you're into distortion, you know, metal, you know, like AC/DC, you know, Black Sabbath, you know, even punk, like Green Day, Simple Plan, Blink-182, stuff like that, I tried out all the genres. This guitar is very, very versatile for all those tones that you're looking for. This neck is very nice, very comfortable neck. This is the type of neck profile that I like. It's not a slim neck. It's on the bigger, chunkier side, but at the same time, it's not overly chunky to the point where you can't even grip it. This type of neck is something that I really like, and it's one of the main features of why I like this guitar, because the neck has a certain girth, like a width and thickness to it. You know, it just feels like a classic, you know, Gibson SG neck. For a relatively newer SG, 2003, I played some 60s SGs and some early 70s, and those SGs also had a similar neck profile to this, kind of on the bigger side. For a tone test, I feel like I want to give this a more professional tone test with a, you know, professional mic and recording gear, because this has a pretty interesting sound to it. Overall build quality, dude, I give this an 8 out of 10. You know, the hardware is good quality. These knobs are good quality. The toggle, it could be a little bit better, but it's still good quality. Bridge and the saddle is firm as fuck. It's very solid metal. Pickup quality is not bad. Just from a hardware standpoint, the tone sounds very good. I feel like the cheapest part of this guitar is just this pick guard quality. Even though this kind of looks metal, it's not metal. It's just like a high quality plastic. You know, I felt better plastic quality on a Gibson than this, but that's not even a big deal. Neck, very good quality, very firm. Fretboard, very low fret wear, if not none. Grover tuners, very solid. Overall, this guitar is just a very well-made guitar. Tone, I would also give this an 8 out of 10. Sounds very good, clean. Sounds very good, distorted. Just a versatile guitar, dude, and a comfortable guitar to play. I mentioned in my other SG video, I feel like out of all the Gibsons that I've played and owned, SG Firebird is probably the most comfortable guitars for me personally to play. Les Paul, you know, it's a classic guitar with a classic design, which I do like, but it's just not comfortable playing sitting down. You know, that just kind of breaks my heart, dude, because it's a legendary guitar. But SG, very comfortable to play, both playing, you know, sitting down or standing up with a strap. Overall, very impressed with this SG.